Picture this. I'm a senior graduating in May with an Information Systems and Spanish double major from the Science and Humanities Scholars Program. I have a full-time job offer at a top aerospace and defense corporation. I'm head orientation counselor for my own freshman hall, Stever House. I have traveled to Ecuador, Panama, Spain, and Qatar since I came to Carnegie Mellon. Picture this. I'm shaking in my boots when I started freshman year. I thought about majoring in chemistry, maybe I'd throw in a double major in global politics, or design, or maybe both. Well, I had no idea where I was going, but I knew one thing. I loved to travel. I spent half my life growing up with my dad in Atlanta. The other half I spent growing up with my mom in London. This was a hectic childhood at times, but it was perfect for me. I wasn't looking forward to coming here and being stationary for 4 years, but it didn't take long for me to realize I didn't have to be. I hope for all of you coming here to Carnegie Mellon that you pursue one thing that you love. Freshman year, I made the move to apply to an alternative spring break trip. That single decision brought on a realization for me that Carnegie Mellon could offer me so much more than just a textbook education. My freshman year trip focused on learning sustainable agriculture and farming techniques in Ecuador. Sophomore year, I joined a tight-knit group that taught introductory business skills to Panamanian farmers. The following summer, I entered in Madrid, Spain, in a position that would ultimately get me the full-time job offer that I now have. Then junior year, I visited Carnegie Mellon's campus in Doha, Qatar, as part of a university program called Impact, that's initiating meaningful ties between Pittsburgh and Qatar. It sends about 8 students to our campus in the Middle East to learn about their culture, and then in turn bring it back to Pittsburgh. Traveling is what I love, so I chased it. Today, I dare each and every one of you to chase what you love. If you haven't found it, this is the place to look. Just because you're an architecture student doesn't mean you can't be a director of the Dancer Symposium. Your hours debugging code don't mean that you can't be translating with the research team Mayan plays and cataloging them your freshman year. And just because you're a music major doesn't mean that you can't take calculus for fun. All those situations that I just mentioned are current students. Don't let your major prevent you living your life. Some of the most successful people are those who do what they love and love what they do. So welcome to Carnegie Mellon. Now, chase your passions.
Picture this. My freshman orientation went by in a blur. It came and went, but when it left I had many long-lasting friendships and I was comfortable with life at Carnegie Mellon. I decided once my orientation was over that I would help out the next year, since even though I may not be the most peppy of people, I still wanted to help out first-year students the way my OCs did for me. I was placed on the wait list when interviewed, but that couldn't keep me down. I stayed optimistic, and one day during the summer, the call came for me to come back a week early and be an OC. Orientation was even better for me the second time around. I met so many new people, and I was able to give my floor the experience that I had that first year. After another year of that, and another year of having a great floor, I decided to apply for the HSC position so that I could take on a more behind-the-scenes role for my 4th year of orientation. And though I haven't gotten as much sleep as I would have liked, I've really bonded with the other 5 HSCs and the rest of my staff, and I've learned tons. Orientation is more than just a week to me. It's been my entire college career. It's as little or as grand as you make it, just like anything else. I may be biased, but I hope you live it up this week.
Picture this. Me at dinners with college deans, or family reunions, or just catching up with old friends and saying, I'm not really sure, in response to probably the most popular question a 21-year-old will get. So what are your plans for after graduation? Now picture this, me, a 7-year-old, always asking my friends about their feelings whenever they're upset. Or me, a 14-year-old, cutting out Pottery Barn pictures of my favorite couches for my future private practice. Or me, an eager 18-year-old, telling my academic advisor my 10-year plan. With a mother as a therapist and inheriting her gift for reading, understanding, and communicating pretty well with people, I always had a knack for helping others figure things out. I strongly valued having a profession that does just that, and I always looked up to my mother for her passion and dedication to the field. Thus, I thought I'd always wanted to follow in her footsteps. So from 14 on, I had a clear direction. I even wrote about it in the college essay that got me into Carnegie Mellon. I was focused and what I thought was passionate about the road ahead. CMU undergrad, then graduate school, then into my private practice, always helping others figure things out. As many of you have probably heard by now, there's a popular Andrew Carnegie quote that students and faculty and staff live by. My heart is in the work. I can't point out just one experience, one professor, or one advisor that led me to where I am right now. But I know it was this adage, the driving force behind all of the amazing achievements at this university, that led me to realize my heart was not in the career that I had focused on for my entire life. My heart was in many other things on campus, being a TA for one of my favorite professors, working in the student affairs office, returning every year for orientation, and my heart was still in my psychology major. But if you had told me 3 years ago that I'd erase my whole 10-year plan, I wouldn't have believed it. This institution challenges you to discover your passion, not just your talents. And I strongly encourage each and every one of you to figure out that difference for yourselves, even if it means throwing everything to the wind and giving your academic advisor a migraine as she tries to rewrite an entire academic plan for your senior year. My name is Jordan Valley, and I'm proud to say that come May, I have no clue where I'll be. Sorry, Mom. But that's exactly the place that I need to be, and my heart is in the work that I face now, figuring things out for myself. So, welcome to Orientation 2010. And welcome to Carnegie Mellon.
Where you can exceed your own expectations.
Where you can chase your passions,
Where you can make the most of your opportunities.
Or where you can rewrite your entire 10-year plan.
Andrew Bova, Roberta Sefsnick. I hope you folks don't mind, we gotta tip our hat to our Scottish heritage. Did I say you're all tartans now? So, how was Playfair? Come on now, you guys still sleeping? How was Playfair? Now, that in a nutshell is what I'd like to talk to you about today. Playfair is one of the best icebreakers I can think of that I've seen anywhere. And that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about today, breaking some ice. Now, Carnegie Mellon is an outstanding example of a university that works. Let me quote something that Dr. Cohen, our 8th president, said. This is a great institution that successfully blends its excellent undergraduate and graduate programs with its powerful research activity. It is interdisciplinary, nimble, and flexible. It works effectively across departmental lines to advance our fundamental understanding and to solve problems for the benefit of its surrounding communities and the society at large. Carnegie Mellon is a special place. I've been here since 1975. So I think I know a little bit about the place, and I want to welcome you. I'm glad to be up here to be a part of the team that's welcoming you to a very unique university. More actors, directors, and producers of consequence than any of our peers. 7 Nobel Prizes in economics. First distributed computing environment. First wireless campus. First search engine. First speech recognition software. Email attachments. What's about that little guy with the little smiley face? Broadcom. Yeah. Help create artificial intelligence and robotics. Fundamental contributions in engineering, the natural sciences, cognitive sciences, our psychology, and emerging distinction in humanities and social sciences. This is the place to be. I'm glad you chose us. I believe that what we do here comes from a core university ethos that's about real-world impact, problem solving, collaboration, interdisciplinarity, depth and breadth, hands-on, and very experiential. But who would expect anything less? You know, this is Carnegie Mellon. Transformation, it's transformation. Again, I've seen most of this, and I lost most of my hair looking at some of this. The transformation in the last half century from a regional technical school to a top-tier university, ranked in the top 25 of the country, with many programs and disciplines, as you guys all well know, ranked in the top 10. No American research university has come farther, faster than Carnegie Mellon. No, if you look at it and think about it, the success story of higher education in the United States in the last part of the 20th century resides on this campus. That's emphasis on rigor, on innovation, on problem solving, interdisciplinarity, not to mention nimbleness and scrappiness. We're scrappy, dogs with bone. Maybe that says something about our little guy who's running around here with that bone in his mouth. Carnegie Mellon is a community in the truest sense. We are a community of diverse perspectives. Our university community comprises of more than 11,000 folks of varying opinions and backgrounds. Interests are different here, objectives are different here, but we like to think of ourselves as one community, Carnegie Mellon. And one of the challenges I think I heard some of the students mention to you, and it's something that I think we all share, is a desire to be engaged in the university community as it reaches its potential to be one of the world's greatest research universities and renowned in the arts as well. So today, you are hearing and a part of a collage of unique perspectives. The students I share the stage with here today work on these issues of diversity every day and in very personal ways. They all have very personal stories to tell. And I believe they all symbolize, and I think they all realize, something that I hope that all of us begin to realize as university citizens. That is, the entire story of Carnegie Mellon is about each one of our stories. our history, our heritage is about each one of our stories, each of you.